He's still eating?
Yeah.
Careful. Careful behind you. He twitched. I don't think he's looking. He might be blind.
Right here, Max.
It's on his head, like a growth or a horn. Don't touch it.
Are we all done? Hey, Tingle, you don't got any, hey, you got any, zip ties right there?
This one. He's looking hungry.
Oh look, we can go see the other ones. We don't feed them. We can see the zebras and stuff.
Ellie, look!
What if you put it in your hand? You just give them the whole cup.
They won't eat the whole cup.
They're full.
Let's eat the honesty. I'm gonna go feed the camp. James, I want some. James, you have to share. Okay.
Let's go to llamas. They're free.
He's still eating something.
It's like it shakes its head.
Little pumpkin maybe? Oh, it's trashed out. Ew. Smelly pig.
It's twitching, it's dreaming, but look at the stomach right here. It's all shaved. It just had a surgery. And look at the piggies.
They've been eating this hay all day.
McKenna. Everett wants to play with you in the corn pit. So when you finish up, when you finish up here, go play with him in the corn, okay?
Why do you put it on the ground?
How rude!
It's okay.
Talk to the camel. He snatches the cup out of your hand.
What did you think was gonna happen?
No, there's a bunch on the floor.
He did that to my whole cup.
Hey, this little guy's real friendly. This little brown one.
What does that feel like?
Really nice.
Disgusting.
You know what I mean? Snap him down right on
Zebra, the zebra.
Here, put food in one hand and pet him with the other hand.
It's like, that is not what I wanted. Goodbye.
Bearer of bad news, but the good news is we have an exciting show with lots of bullwhip cracking and trick shooting, and we're going to have a loose horse out here. The bad news is those of you who are sitting down, I'm going to have to ask you to stand up because we need all this room we can get on the inside of the bales here. So, my name is Chelsea, and we are the Texas Trick Riders. We have a Wild West show that we travel all over the country with, at fairs and rodeos and standalone shows. Today we're going to show you a little mini version of our Wild West show. And we are from Texas. We're from Srings, Texas, just outside of Tyler. So we are going to start things off with a little gun spinning. To do that, I'm going to introduce you to a man with over 30 credits in the film and television industry. He has worked as a stunt coordinator, a stunt double, and an animal trainer on lots of movies and TV shows. He also happens to be my husband. How about a nice warm welcome for Austin Anderson?
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. All right, it's good to be here in Dripping Springs with you. My wife and I, we perform all over the country doing Wild West shows and rodeo acts, and so we're glad to be here. We're going to bring you a little taste of the Wild, Wild West. We're going to start off with a little Hollywood style, and that, of course, is the gun spinning. If any of you have ever watched those old Roy Rogers movies, you might have seen a little bit of gun spinning in some of those movies. Anybody seen those old movies, those old B-westerns, they called them? Yeah. All right. No. You're pretty young, so you wouldn't have seen them, but that's okay. I'm going to give you a little demonstration of it right now. You know, I was up in Maryland, and a lady asked me, she said, "Cowboy, are you ambidextrous?" And I said, "No, ma'am, I'm First Baptist, thank you." And I said, "But I do have a little bit of dyslexia from time to time." There we go. Just a little cowboy humor. All right, Chelsea, you want to tell these folks a little bit more about gun spinning?
Sure. So gun spinning was made famous by those westerns. Austin here is pretty good at it. I can tell you from personal experience. I have tried gun spinning. I can do a little bit of what he's doing, but it takes a lot of practice. So he's showing us some more difficult maneuvers here behind his back and over the shoulder and maybe even under the leg here in a minute. So if you like what you're seeing, give him a hand.
Thank you. All right, well, I like to do a lot of gun tricks, but I always say the most important trick of all is to return that gun to the holster where it belongs. All right, so one of the things that we do in the Wild West show is we do a little bit of trick shooting. When I say trick shooting, I'm talking about Annie Oakley style trick shooting. Everybody knows who Annie Oakley was, right? She was the most famous sharpshooter in all of the Wild Wild West. Her and her husband, the other one's mine, her and her husband traveled all over the country, including performing with Buffalo Bill's Wild West show, doing marksmanship exhibitions. So my wife and I, we do a little Annie Oakley style Wild West show trick shooting. Now, sometimes I challenge someone. However, my wife has already accepted the challenge. So I'm going to shoot against my wife. Chelsea?
Okay.
So Striker here does do some unique tricks. Austin and I have a little girl, and she is an only child, and we live way out in the country, so we don't have really any neighbors, so we had to teach our pony how to play teeter-totter with her so that she'd have someone to play with. So we're going to demonstrate that right now. All right, right there, Striker.
How about that, ladies and gentlemen? All right, now that seemed like a whole lot of work, Chelsea. I bet you Striker would like to take a seat.
Oh my God.
All right, Striker, take a break.
There you go. Sitting down on the job. Well, that's Striker the pony, everybody. Let's give him a round of applause. Take a bow, Striker.
Oh my God.
My first wife, believe it or not. All right, there we go. There's one target down. And there's two targets down. What do you think, guys? I don't think they had much faith in me. And you said, what would be a lot more fun, honey?
How about if you hold the target?
Yeah, well, I don't know about all that. Yeah.
I think it sounds like lots of fun. What do y'all think? I want to see it.
All right. Well, I'm going to hold one here behind my back. That way I don't have to see it coming. There we go.
Okay, that wasn't bad. But I know you can do better. You could cut that a little shorter.
A little shorter?
Yeah.
Okay, what do y'all think? Shorter? All right, here we go.
Okay.
Does that count? Does that count?
Okay. Not bad, but I still think you can cut it shorter.
Oh my God.
What do y'all think?
This is turning into less fun, Chelsea. I thought you said this was a fun activity.
Lots of fun for me.
Yeah, well, it's not. You see, you're not holding the shortest target in the history. There we go. That's it.
Okay, that is pretty good. But I still think you can go shorter.
Never happy, are they, gentlemen? No, I know. That is like literally the size of a tooth.
That gives me an idea. How about you hold it in your mouth? Off the tongue. Right? Yeah?
Okay. I'll do that. Yeah, you bet, honey. You just stand right back over there and you watch. All right, everybody. When I do this, I want monstrous applause, okay? There we go. Yeah! All right, what else you got in your bag, Chelsea? I think we've run out of tricks with the hand targets. Okay, a newspaper. All right, so in the morning I like to read the newspaper. But I think you guys can kind of tell Chelsea's a little, hey, we got chores to do, you got to get outside. So I just cut out the bad news, get rid of the gossip, and then I have just a little, hold it a little lower there, yeah. That's about how much news, oh, we're going to do it again? Okay.
Cut out the fake news too.
Well, I'm having a hard time getting rid of it, but there we go. All right.
Do you trust me to do that?
Okay, you know, Chelsea, you were talking about stuff that's fun. I have an idea here since we are. All right. How many of you think this is dangerous? Okay. How many of you think it's more dangerous for her or me? Because let me remind you, she knows how to shoot. So if I was to miss. Oh, I thought it was going to go that time. Are you getting tired, honey? There we go. All right. One extra snap in there is not too bad. Now, give it away. Now watch the whip closely as I wrap around her waist. There we go. Now watch again. You'll see that the whip cracks alongside of her, wrapping around safely, leaving her completely unharmed. All right, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, a little Texas style. All right.
So Big Brown is a bit of a mutt. He's a cross between a quarter horse, an Andalusian, and a Percheron. And like a mutt or a dog, he likes to do tricks. Now, earlier, one of his tricks is the lay down. Earlier, he didn't want to do it. He thinks the ground's a little hard, but sometimes they like to anyways to scratch. I'm going to go ahead and see if he wants to do this trick. If he doesn't, we're not going to make it. All right, Brown, lay down. Down, down, down. And he says, no, I think I'm going to bow instead. So we'll take it. Good job, Brown.
I tell you what, Chelsea, let's go ahead and let's saddle Brown up. And if you don't want to, you know, he's turning, so he's straight. All right, you put the blanket on him.
Where's that saddle?
Yeah, get the saddle. It's out there. Hey, Chelsea, hold on. You got to put the blanket on. I think the wind blew it off. Yeah, no. You what? What? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I think you're right. Hey, Chelsea, you know what? He just took this blanket off with his mouth. All right, I don't think he wants to be ridden, so we're going to have to do something else. Brown, can you do any other kind of tricks?
Brown actually has a very, very unique trick that he does. He actually is the only horse in the world trained to play fetch.
Oh my
So
god.
unlike dogs, horses are not natural retrievers. So this trick took months and months of training. He's already ready. Back up, buddy. Gotta wait for me to throw it. All right, ready? Go get it. Take your time. Brown's never in a hurry. All right, bring it back, buddy. Bring it back. Good boy.
What the?
All right, good job, good job. All right, well, this next trick, Chelsea, let's get him right here in front of the teeter-totter and back him up a little bit. So if you ever seen a wild fighting, raring Mustang on the movie, chances are that was actually a trained Liberty horse. And the trainer was working just a little bit off camera. Let's back him up a little bit more. Let's give him a little extra room there. Okay, Chelsea. All right. All right, here we go. The wild raring stallion. Come on, Brown. There you go. And Brown, how do we say thank you here in Texas with a nice bow? Ladies and gentlemen, Big Brown and Chelsea. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our show. Let's have another round of applause for Cowgirl Caitlin. All right. So if you kiddos would like to meet and greet the horses, the girls are going to kind of...
No, I'm not. I don't want to.
Come on, guys.
Thanks, guys. I liked your rope trick. Thank you. I appreciate it. Alright, guys, I'm gonna walk closer up here. Watch your toes so you can pet his back. He's soft. On his back. His back. Okay.
Want to go see the big horse?
Yeah, do you ride often? Not often, I just go. So that's cool. I always wanted to go to horse camp. I never got to.
How old is he?
He is 15.
Is that old?
Big Brown.
Is that old for a horse?
They live to be about 30, so it's about
Oh,
middle age.
he's in his prime. There you go.
Lots of love. He's been loved on his whole life, and so he likes people.
Come here. Strong. Wow.
Strong, right?
Yeah, don't touch his eyes.